So this one is the dicot leaf and this one is the monocot leaf. Now how you will come to know about it? So the main difference is the dicot leaf has a reticulate venation, means a network like venation is there, but in the monocot leaf you will see a parallel venation. Okay, the veins are parallelly arranged. Now if you cut the section of the dicot leaf, you will see such type of arrangement of cells. Now the size of the vascular bundle depend on from where you had taken the section. If you cut the section through the mid, means if you had taken the midrib, then you will get a larger vascular bundle. If you had cut the section through the side of the leaf, then you will get smaller vascular bundle, because these are the smaller veins. Right? It depends on from where you had taken the section. Now if you see the TS of the leaf, you will see that on the upper surface and on the lower surface there is a epidermal layer. Okay, a single layer is there which is made up of parenchymatous cell, which is known as the epidermis. The layer which is present on the top of the leaf, it is known as adaxial epidermis, and which is present below, it is known as abaxial epidermis. Okay, upper epidermis is adaxial and lower is abaxial. Now there is a cuticle layer also, a fatty substance layer above the epidermis. This is the cuticle layer. It is present on the adaxial as well as on the abaxial epidermis. Most of the stomata you will find on the upper epidermis. Right? Lower epidermis contains the guard cells only, not a proper stomata. Here you can see near the stomata there is a substomatal cavity for the exchange of gases. Now if you look the mid part of the leaf, you will see the mesophyll cells in this part, and the mesophyll cells are differentiated into two parts. The upper part, which contains cylindrical like cell known as palisade mesophyll, or we can say palisade parenchyma, and the lower part which has circular cells or oval shaped cells, they are known as spongy mesophyll. These cells, which are palisade cells, they contain abundant chloroplast. So they are the major seat for the photosynthetic activity. Spongy parenchyma also contains many chloroplasts, but as compared to the palisade, there are less in number in the spongy mesophyll cell. Okay, so here the photosynthetic activity takes place in the mesophyll cells. Now, if you see the vascular bundle, you will see the vascular bundles are surrounded by a sheath which is known as bundle sheath. So this sheath surrounding the vascular bundle is known as the bundle sheath cell. And the bundle, inside the bundle sheath there are xylem and the phloem. The vascular bundles here are conjoint, collateral and closed. Conjoint means the xylem and the phloem are on the same radius. Then collateral means one side there is a xylem and the other side there is a phloem. And closed means there is no cambium ring in that. So no secondary growth occurs in the leaf. Okay, just remember it. Which type of vascular bundles the leaf have? They have conjoint, collateral and closed type of vascular bundle. Conjoint means on the same radius, phloem and xylem are there. Then collateral means one side xylem and other side phloem, and closed means no cambium ring is present in that. Okay, now if you observe the xylem, you will see the protoxylem is towards the upper side, means on the abaxial side of the epidermis, and the metaxylem is towards the lower side of the epidermis. Okay, now the xylem consists of all its parts, all its component, like it contains vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. As well as the phloem also contains its all component like sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Means they contain their all the components. Okay guys, so this is about the dicot leaf. Now how you will identify that the leaf given to you is the dicot leaf? Okay, so main thing you will find here is that the mesophyll cells are differentiated into palisade and the spongy, and the vascular bundles have a colorless bundle sheath around. Okay, bundle sheath is present around the vascular bundle which is colorless. Right? So this is the main identifying feature of the dicot leaf. Then we will focus on the next leaf, that is monocot leaf. So in this diagram you will see the parallel venations are there. So this type of leaf is known as the monocot leaf. Now here if you cut the section of this leaf of the monocot leaf, you will see that the vascular bundles are quite similar in size. Okay, because there is a parallel venation, and the upper epidermis and the lower epidermis you are unable to identify because the leaf looks similar from both the sides. So the leaf which is towards the stem, means the part of the leaf which is towards the stem, suppose this part is the upper epidermis, and the part which is behind the stem is the lower epidermis. Now if you cut the section of the leaf, you will see such type of arrangement of cells. Means upper epidermis is there, lower epidermis is also there. Epidermis is surrounded by a cuticle layer on the upper side as well as on the lower side also. Here the stomata are present on the both the surfaces, upper surfaces also as well as on the lower surfaces. Upper epidermis is known as adaxial epidermis, lower epidermis is known as abaxial epidermis. So this is about the epidermis. Then in the center we will see the mesophyll cells, and here you will see that these mesophyll cells are undifferentiated, means they are not differentiated into the palisade and the spongy as we have seen in the dicot leaf. Here you will see all the cells are similar in structure, they are quite oval in shape, and these cells are mesophyll cells, and in this region photosynthetic activity occurs. Okay, and near the stomata you will see a stomatal apparatus, not stomatal apparatus, actually it is a cavity, so which is helpful for the exchange of the gases. Okay, now if you go inside, if you see the vascular bundle, you will see the bundle sheath around, and inside we have xylem and the phloem. So vascular bundle in this case also conjoint, collateral and closed type. Conjoint, again I am repeating, the xylem and the phloem are on the same radius. Then collateral means one side xylem and other side phloem, and closed means no cambium is there, so no secondary growth occurs in this case. Right? So this is about the vascular bundles, and both the vascular bundles, phloem and xylem, contains all their components, means xylem contains xylem vessels, tracheates, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Phloem contains sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Okay, so this is about the monocot leaf. Now how you will identify this leaf? The main thing you will see in this leaf is the bulliform cell on the upper epidermis. Here you can see some cells are quite larger in size. These cells are known as bulliform cells. These cells are present only on the upper epidermis, not on the lower epidermis. So by these cells also you can identify that which one is the adaxial epidermis and which one is the abaxial epidermis. These are present only on the adaxial epidermis. Now what is the function of these cells? During the water scarcity, these cells become flaccid, they lose water, and the leaf becomes curled due to these bulliform cells. Okay, so they help in curling of the leaf, and as soon as the water availability is there, the cells become turgid, and the leaf again become flat. So these cells helps in curling of the leaf. Okay, and other thing you will see here that the mesophyll cells are undifferentiated. They are not differentiated into palisade and the spongy mesophyll. Right guys, so this is all about monocot leaf.